Welcome back, folks. Cock dealer. That's Russian for how are you?
Как дела? Как дела?
Cock dealer? So today we're going to revisit the Kirovets-1. Now this is not a new vehicle. It has been in your game files for about 2 years now. It is a premium tier 8 Russian heavy tank. It was about to be introduced as the replacement for the IS-6 as the normal premium without the preferential matchmaking, but they never did it. So it has been in your game files for a long time, and I think it got shelved. Now, why am I making another video for this vehicle? Well, there was a recent buff to this tank as well as HD rework. So they added more stuff to the vehicle model, added the cables, the boxes, the machine gun, but still not implemented. So also the stats got dramatically buffed, especially for the engine power. So originally the mobility of this vehicle was about the same as the IS-6. It had less engine power, so less horsepower per ton ratio, but it had better terrain resistance, so it cancels off each other. Therefore, it's a little bit about the same as the IS-6. But now, they buffed the engine power, so the horsepower per ton ratio is 15. And it has a pretty good terrain resistance. Did not get nerfed. So, yeah, it's more of a medium heavy now. So I think this vehicle could be decent. But Wargaming chose to shelve this thing rather than implement it. And they gone with the Object 252U. Because F you to everybody else. Jesus. But why don't we see any more of these cool or balanced quote-unquote heavy tanks or premiums? Nope, you get OP-ass Chrysler Ks or Object 252Us. Well, then again, the recent malware breaker VK16801P, it's pretty crap. So who knows, but Russian bias. So let's take a look at the reworked stats of this vehicle. Now visually, it's a little bit better looking because more clutter to the vehicle's hull, like the cables, the cloth machine gun, probably the Dishka, the 12.7mm MG, but they added the log, more fuel tanks in the back. It's not a bad looking tank. It's basically the Russian 112-esque of a heavy tank. It doesn't have as much sloping on the front, but it's a little bit thicker. So the armor value is about 20mm less effectively, but it's still pretty good. So, alright, but let's take a look at the actual stats of this tank. So in the game files, it has been buffed. So frontally, it's 140 now. Originally, it was 120, but effectively, it's about 215 or so. Lower plate, 205, 200mm. So still a weak spot, but not as crazy as the 252U, which is like 230, 235. That's ridiculous. Turret front, 195. It's not that thick, but it is rounded compared to the standard Russian turrets. So you could be penetrated, but it's still pretty decent. The gun access port is not a weak spot unless you have a very large caliber gun. So this will not be overmatched like the IS-3 with 20mm or 30. But that's pretty weak. You do have the cupola weak spot, and it looks like there is a shot trap with the turret into the hull. So it's only 20mm for the roof on the hull, and therefore if any vehicles have gun depression, yeah, they'll overmatch the green area, and they'll probably shot trap because it looks like a UFO shape with the turret, and therefore it bounces from the turret into the hull. That sucks, but I mean, shot trap is a thing, so with Russian tanks, alright, fine, but it's not a bad tank when you look at it. Yeah, frontal armor, it's not as crazy, but if you side scrape, it's not bad. Yeah, it's auto bounce to 270-ish. Obviously, don't shoot the drive wheel, you'll pen, but it's still about 230 with the track acting as space armor. So yeah, side scrape is pretty decent. So auto bounce for the lower plate, about 260 for the upper plate. And side armor, it's only 85 above the space armor and 100 for the armor between the tracks. So armor wise, it's not bad heavy tank armor, but originally it was 120 at the front and about 175 for the turret front. So here is the original stats 2 years ago. So you can see with my stupid looking haircut and the initial armor value. So they buffed this armor by 20mm on the hull and 20 for the turret. But what is crazy is, take a look at the horsepower per ton ratio. It's 10.95 originally. Now it's 15.16. Yeah, they buffed engine power. Like almost 50%. Almost. That's crazy. So this vehicle has about the same horsepower per ton ratio as the STA-1. That's a medium. Or the Centurion. So here is the STA. But the STA has 16.73. That's about 1.5. Alright. Terrain resistance, it's the same. Better for soft. Not as high of a top speed, but only 3 km per hour. So this thing could keep up with the likes of the STA-1, which is a medium, or the Centurion, which is also a medium. So 1.5 horsepower per ton ratio less, about the same terrain resistance, 8 km per hour top speed less, but this is a heavy. It's keeping up with mediums. It has armor as well, so you can side scrape, you can haul down with this turret. That's pretty crazy. So back then, like 2 years ago, if I look at the stats, I would go, yeah, this tank is pretty nuts. But taking a look at the Object 252U, this piece of work. So the main difference is, yeah, the lower plate 240. Upper plate auto bounce. Oh my fucking Christ. So you have to work with the Kirovets-1. With the Object 252U, you just be there. It is faster than the Object 252U. Better horsepower per ton ratio, better top speed, better terrain resistance. So this thing will keep up with mediums, and that's the scary part. It has decent armor, but it has more speed. So this thing will chase down mediums and become a medium tank hunter. And pretty decent at high tiers if you play this thing as a medium against heavy tanks or against tier 10s. So you can flank around with other mediums and Wolfpack. That's pretty crazy. So I think this tank might be worthwhile now. Like, pretty decent. Surprisingly. I mean, they did not change the gun stats. Same DPM, same penetration, alpha, yada yada, 30 rounds, but it's APCR, so it flies faster. They changed the aim time, they buffed it a little bit. So right now it's 2.97. Originally it was 3.16. So a little bit better aim time and the same gun stats, but yeah. Jesus, the buff to the horsepower per ton ratio, that's insane. Also, they buffed the radio range. Originally, the radio range was pretty garbage, but now it's standard. So 360 meters of view range, that's crap, but it's a little bit better than Russian average, which was 350 across all the KV4s and IS3s and IS6. Oh my god. And KV5 as well. But yeah, this horsepower per ton ratio with this terrain resistance and top speed and traverse might be pretty good. DPM is average, whatever, but I think it's worthwhile. But Wargaming shelved this vehicle in favor of the Object 252U because fudge you. Fuck you. Cock dealer. So yeah, I think it's a pretty decent tank if you're going to introduce this as a premium to replace the IS-6. But nope, Wargaming likes super imbalanced vehicles like the Kirovets-1 will never make it, so they like the Object 252U, they like the Mauerbreaker because it's German, it will suck. So I don't know, but I want to have vehicles like this in the game available for gold. So there's a way for us to spend our gold, and I would like other servers like the EU and the RU and the Asian servers to get tank rewards, so you guys could get like gold per month to buy these stuff, because you work hard throughout the month, work on the missions while grinding. You get like 1,500 gold or 3,000 gold per month. So save up like 3 months, you get yourself a premium tier 8. That's pretty balanced, but it can also work well in bottom tier matches. Play as a medium and wolf pack. That's pretty decent. So there you go, folks. Review, rescheduling, or revisiting of the Kirovets-1. I still think it's a worthwhile vehicle. It's a little bit better now because holy crap, they buffed engine power. So shelved. Disappointingly shelved because it's not OP enough. Sad to say, but I am currently working on the Italians. So there was a massive info dump this morning about the Italian tanks. So I'm currently working on all the stuff. Here is the tech tree, but they basically revealed the tier 1 through tier 7. So I wouldn't get too excited because they kinda suck. So the stats are basically like the Czechoslovakians' middle tiers. So you know how the T-34-100, the TVP-VTU, or the ChKZ T-24 works. Average. I mean, there's no special ChKZ T-25 with the autoloader. That vehicle's fun because it has the autoloader, but nope. None of these vehicles have the auto reloading system as seen on the higher tiers. So basically, this is like a repeat of the Czechoslovakian branch. So whatever. But I am working on this. I'll be working on this video for tomorrow. So I should have it tomorrow-ish ASAP. But there you go, folks. Revisiting the Kirovets-1. Shelved. Disappointingly. But thank you guys for watching. Yeah, you learn Russian words. Cock dealer. How are you in Russian? Cock dealer. Hey, cock dealer. There you go, folks. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.